Dax, yeah, Roscoe, no more banks, great fun. I've been feeling funny vibes all weekend. Plenty got 40 and he still in the beacon. 20 wait for a bed and even tell niggas to sleep in. Killers busting shots, nigga open bullets seeping. Yeah. Take one of eyes, then we going to a deep end. Slash all your family members.
Nobody ready to rock and roll.
Had a bell at his ball.
Was a light 10.
Niggas made the statement and he made it out the precinct.
Fix your body language when you talking to me. Attend hut and at ease with these soldiers need.
Shit fire, this might have to be the intro. That might have to be the intro, I ain't gonna lie. That might have to be the intro. We ain't gonna wait for no more people to come in because now the people don't be coming in. Plus it's late Friday night and we just got off work. Let's get to it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes. She like, ooh la la, ah wee wee. They go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Hey, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Hey, ooh la la, ah wee wee. On a Friday, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Best day, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Blessed day, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la. Looking for AMs like I lost a friend. Hop about the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. Oh yeah, we live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Because over here on this side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes when the people don't be acting flaky. Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and Diddy to the left, Usher to the right, I'm going to need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. It's Friday. It's almost 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. And I just got off work about like a half an hour ago. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Hip Hop Praise. Math, what's the word? Great fire on the check-in. Good looking, y'all. And we live on Instagram and we live on YouTube. We ain't gonna make this a long show. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a long, tough week. You know what I mean? It's one of my favorite songs. It's gonna be a lovely day. I listen to that shit almost every morning, but no matter how much I listen to that shit, some days just don't be going the way you expect it. And the last couple of days been a little tough. I know last Friday my mom was in the hospital, and then from there all the way, just work, family issues and shit like that. You gotta 52 block certain things. It's hard to do that sometimes, and I ain't gonna lie. Then it be mental health people going crazy, doing dumb shit, and you be, you know what I mean, trying to hold your head, and it's hard not to kill niggas. It's like a full-time job not to kill niggas. Hov couldn't have been more right. You know, love the people who you love, you know what I mean? Love those who love you. Spend times with the people that you love, that love you. Try to be better for yourself and try to make the world a better place. That's not no just words. That's the shit that I try to live by. And give thanks for that because it is Friday. Best day, blessed day. Like I said, we ain't gonna make this no long show. A couple of trending topics that I want to get into, give my little spill. And the first one up is Chano and Troy Ave, aka Mano, right? And we know that he started that. He coined that terminology. And on this channel, we coin a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? We be having our own vocabulary and shit. And sometimes we just be fucking the words up, keep it a buck, right? But yesteryear or a few years ago when the whole, fiasco was going on Well, Taxstone went to prison, the whole shit at the hotel or whatever shit was. You know, they had their little spat, right? And you know, Mano popped up after being cool, etc., with the chain on, and thus we have the chain on. And I thought it was funny. I gave my spill on it a few times. How I thought it was a sucker move, not a real nigga move. For people that, you know, say they from, I was about to say claim, but obviously Mano is from the streets, did time, etc. You know, his background could be checked. He ain't the realest nigga alive, you know what I mean, an illest nigga in Nebraska. But nonetheless, people, you know, say he, you know, get down and all that, like a lot of us do, you know what I mean? That's why I often quote Connie, old time I met him my first bid when he was telling me the story. Side note, this is my show. I said I'm not going to be long, but y'all know I could talk, right? So he like, they in the yard rolling dice and sing, you know what I mean? This is way back in the days. When I met Mr. Connie, he was like 73, and this was 94, so you do the math. You know what I mean? He playing chess. He like, yeah. So a young brother was in there acting all zealous and all that, right? And he had to tell a young brother, like, listen, young blood, like, we all killers in here. So you don't gotta, you know, show your teeth, you know what I mean? Raise your hair up like a cat doing and act like you something that we're not. Because we're all killers in here, right? And so just pump the brakes. Roll the fucking dice. Roll your ace, you know what I mean? Roll your deuce and step to the side. So that's just side note. There's plenty killers all over the world, real niggas, people that's tough and all that. But far as street ethics, which it ain't really none, you know what I mean? If you just finding out, then that's cool, but it ain't no real street ethics. But anyway, I thought it was a sucker move. A lot of people did because they were supposed to be cool. They did songs together, etc. Anyway, fast forward, what we talking about? Troy Ave went to prison, you know, danced in the courtroom, did all type of shit, right? And then you know, they ran into each other at some fight or some event, you know what I mean? Had the brand new baby. I was wondering what fight it was, etc. So I'm like, you know, who brings a newborn, you know what I mean, or relatively a newborn, you know, to an event like that? I guess he does. He said, you know, he brought, you know, front row seats or whatever for the whole family. They took a vacation, woo, woo, woo. And I'm definitely not going to tell no individual that did time, especially a significant amount of time, you know what I mean, how to live or how to enjoy themselves once they come home from prison. That's where that feeling comes from. When I say that, that's coming home, that's getting your first nut off when you never had, even if it was masturbation and you never had that feeling. That's getting married, that's passing the test, that's getting the position that you was fighting your ass off for and you finally got it. That's that feeling, right? So that's how he wanted to celebrate with his family and come out to the fight, then cool. But what happens is when you online and you talking crazy, you know what I mean, and you not sending threats, but you talking crazy, you know what I mean, you making jokes, you trolling, woo, 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 it's possible you're gonna run into people. And that's why I always be careful what I say on the channel as far as disrespect or what could be deemed as disrespect. I mean, I'm gonna stand on, you know, what it is. But if I be like, I see where you took it wrong and I didn't really mean it like that, then I meant it like this. There's nothing wrong with grown men, you know, hashing differences out, or if you get pressed, I put those quotations with something you said in the real life. You know what I'm saying? Like you outside, you said some shit, nigga be like, yo, what up, homie? Like Ack was saying Jim Jones ran down on him and stuff like that. And you may have to, you know, stand on what you said online. So with that being said, he got the baby in his hand. Y'all seen the video, you know what I'm saying? He put the video right, let's watch it.
If true continues, do you feel like this is still the Canelo Alvarez that we've all known and loved for all these years? Or do you feel like something's changed? Are you still the fighter that you were?
No, I feel like, in a way, it's just strong. You know, that was like, he's a great fighter, still fighter. And I get...
So it's a real quick exchange. It's a real quick exchange, you know what I'm saying? Look like two men hashing out what have possibly could have been differences, but they really was cool even before, you know, all the, you know, the confrontation or the beef took place. But what had people scratching their heads and like, what am my eyes is telling me something different than what I'm seeing, or I'm reading something different than what I'm seeing, and I kind of beg to differ. So anyway, that Troy Ave put that up and he said, boom, I'm gonna read it out. Even though Hassan was like, he didn't want to read the bubblegum shit. He thought niggas should have gave the baby, you know what I mean, to somebody else. They should have fought, embarrassed themselves, You know what I mean? Right in front of millions. It's a fight going on in the ring where you came to pay your money, but you gonna watch two niggas fight. Two old school rappers. Because even though Mano was older than Troy Ave, they basically old school rappers now. Like, I don't even think nobody checking for them. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but I'm not rushing to check for them, right? So two rappers that had beef. We came here to see a professional fight. We end up seeing these niggas fight, right? Like, so that's what Hassan Campbell was saying. Like, I don't respect it. I'm not gonna read it, but I'm gonna read it. And the reason why I'm gonna read it is because, like, I did read it, and I'm like, damn, I don't see how people saying they don't get what he's saying. I get told it. I know I only got a GED. I can count 1, 2, 3, and I went through ABE. That's not a rap. That's the truth, right? Anyway, like, I saw Chano at the fight. I was chilling, brought floor seats for the whole family. We kept it cordial, no disrespect. In fact, he even called me Mr. Av, right? We didn't crash out or mess up the money. That's very important, right? Because you got to feed your family. You know, we know niggas crash out and fuck up the bag all the time. And we sit there and scratch our heads, the broke niggas, right? Because if you ain't got their money, then you probably ain't, you know what I mean? So it's like, damn, why they wait to get the bag to do all this hard work and then crash out and lose the money? Doesn't make sense. Because people every day is crashing out to try to get money, not lose it once you get it. It's a big, big difference. So the issue started, so he basically said that. He did call him Chano because he started it. You know what I mean? So it was like a troll. It's funny. No disrespect. You did pull out the chain and say, thought I might have to show these little niggas in style on them like, Ben had your bum ass chain. So that's not Troy Ave starting that. That's this nigga coming online, thinking he pulling a cool move, sitting in the Maybach, and a lot of us guys that's also from the streets is like, no, it's not the flex you think it is, my guy. You looking kind of funny style. And so you got named Chano. All right, cool. So the issue started when I said, oh, my bad, got me ABE. That's adult basic education for those that didn't know when I said what it means. So the issue started when he said I was his bro, that we were cool, but he started rocking with someone who was publicly hating on me. If we were really cool and bros, like he said, I felt like he shouldn't have ever done that, especially to someone he did features and videos with for free. Basically like, yo, I did some shit for him for free. Woo, we was developing, I thought we was cool. To add insult to injury, later on he did some foul, sneaky, theft bum shit by picking up a chain, pocketing a chain, and drop while disarming, beating the shit out of his best friend, hater, friend. You know what I mean? That's how he earned the name Chano. When I got locked up, he was screaming free Troy Ave, knowing he stole the chain the whole time. So basically, he like, when I get locked up for this situation, and he end up getting bailed, and he end up doing his time, he like, this nigga out like, yo, free Troy Ave, and acting like they cool again. Yet, in the back door, you got the chain. He said, I didn't know or care who the thief was. Who the thief was. Sometimes you lose shit when you're getting busy. In fact, the chain wasn't even mine. Long story short, he had a difference in opinion on what happened that night, and I said, how the fuck would he know when he ran out of his shoes? In response, Chano pops up revealing that he and his friends were preserving and wearing the fake chain for 7 years. So when I violated OD and it blew up in his face, again, hence the name Chano. So basically, he's just like, yeah, you know, he ran. I had a difference of opinion on how the shit went down. He had, y'all know the whole situation. So he's just recapping on how they got up to where they just ended up at. With that said, Chano ain't only the industry nigga who did what most real niggas would consider sucker shit, like I just said. And I didn't even have to read his response to say that. That was my own take on what happened. But not to lose sight of my real issue which always was with Ratstone, aka Taxstone. My pride made me look sideways at all those so-called real niggas doing fake shit. That's when I realized loyalty in the rap is a big myth than the streets. So don't expect it or take shit personal. To be honest, I really wanted to tell him my condolences for his mom's passing. I'm going to say condolences because I didn't know, right? Passing, but at the time, my pride wouldn't let me. Moral of the story, streets is a myth. We know that. If you don't know that, I said that plenty of times. Don't kill or die over this shit or believe the hype in most situations. Even after bloodshed, thugs, and Lucy and Lucy shook hands in the end. We all treat people with respect, mind our business, and protect the money, because being broke is disrespectful in itself. I didn't see an issue with the post showing the love, or the unexpected greeting, meeting, right? And again, with a brand new baby, a newborn, etc., his baby girl, right? He got a daughter. What was he supposed to do? See him, like, he caught you off guard, so if he wanted, he could have crashed out too. But crash out, you're going to look like a sucker and catching a man off guard. To me, it always was sucker shit. You know what I mean? I get it. We all did it. And I'm going to stall on this nigga because you want to try to get the drop. It's all love and war, and love and warfare, right? So, it ain't no rules really. You know what I mean? We're going to jump you. We're going to sneak you. We're going to do whatever we got to do to try to win and not leave with the L. So he could have attacked him, but we would have still looked at the footage in the video like, damn, he did that shit while he had a newborn in his house? And we would have lost all respect, on whatever respect that you may have had left for Mano, right? You would have been like, oh, that's some grimy bum-ass Brooklyn shit he did, right? And you could be mad at me all you want, Brooklyn, but I know y'all niggas is grimy. Some of y'all niggas is low down, greasy and grind, shifty, low down. Like, that shit shouldn't even be a Queen song. That shit should have been a Brooklyn song. And I say that respectfully, because I know mad Brooklyn niggas, and even when I was locked up, I hung with a lot of them more than Harlem niggas, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it was the robber in me, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, people would have been like, that was some low down, greasy, grimy shit. For you to stall on a nigga, beef or no beef, he got the baby in his hand. Shit ain't got nothing to do with it. Women and the kids supposed to be respected, right? Right. But instead, shook his hand, gave him the hug, touched the shoulder or whatever. They talk like men. Stepped out. Maybe he said congratulations. Who knows? Welcome home. Again, they was once cool. They own songs together. So people be always, that's why I was kind of scratching my head a little bit with the Hassan Campbell response. Like, I don't respect it, and some, woo. And I'm like, well, people happy to see Cam and Mason Betta get back together. We want to see, Dame and them make up. We want to see The Rock get back together. It's The Rock in here, like, as opposed to seeing them beefing online, etc., etc. So, my thing is, why when they don't crash out, is it an issue? Now, I get it. If you didn't read the whole thing, or your reading comprehension is bad, and like Jada said, y'all got embarrassed in the class when the teacher used to make y'all read, Well, you got embarrassed, so we get it. You couldn't read that. He said it was all love. They seen each other. He explained what had happened, and then at the end, he like, the streets is a myth. The rules and regulations, the law, the unsaid written laws, all that shit is a myth. And also, a lot of people is phony in the industry. But let's respect everybody. Let's not lose the bag, and let's keep it respectful. Because in 100 years, I think on another post, it's like niggas ain't, I think it was the phone call. Somebody had called them up or whatever. You're like, in 100 years, niggas ain't going to remember none of this, nothing. We all going to be out of here. That's why I often say, do you ever think about when you out of here? Right, your record deal, your video, your Mercedes-Benz, your days as being a, internet troll and being the man, you out of here. And we all going to go. And none of us knows. So could it be a little growing up that he done? Could be. I mean, jail will make you, people say when you in the mountains, you can see the world clearer. You can see the path more clear. And I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Like you can see. You up north, and I'm just using that metaphor. It's really the mountains, but I'm meaning up north, where, ain't no women, and, it's shit going on. So, people will be like, I get what you're saying, but men, just like, if you want to drug, you can drug, but basically it's not the same as out here. It's not the same distractions, right? And you can have a chance to reassess, self-evaluate, see where you fucked up at, where you, did wrong, how you could get better. And that's why they often say people that go to prison, they become better criminals. They become more mastermind. You in there running with other criminals who think diabolically, and you end up getting the crime network. You in there with all the killers and the gorillas. But I don't think it was nothing wrong with the post. some people got it in the comments, some people didn't. But this is clearly this next topic. This is clearly not can't be taken out of context because we know what it is. We know what it is, and we know what it sounds like, and that's also involving Mano, Chano, and 50 Cent and Let's Rap About It podcast, right? Already covered the Big Act and the Senior Citizens. That nigga got the shirts now. I ain't mad at you, my nigga. Capitalized. Like, you know, one thing before I get into the topic that people lose sight of, right? Because they just watching it online. They just scrolling up and, you know, or you may go to a YouTube channel, watch some of your favorite content creators, and you may jump in the comments and you arguing with people that you don't know over people that you don't know. Like the celebrities you don't know and the content creators you don't know, yet you feel strong and passionate about your opinions on somebody's page against somebody else that you don't know, a complete fucking stranger, right? Yeah, we see it all the time, and I'm one. I don't be arguing, but I definitely be in the comments just to check the temperature and see the overall psyche, how people are viewing it, what narrative is being followed, what narrative is, you know, where's the truth lies, right? Anyway, 50 Cent, he says, I don't know why these people start with me. If I was me, I would leave me alone. All right, so this thing got a post, and then he plays the audio, right, of, I guess, the owner, you know, another big wig nigga that's supposed to, you know, be saying Jim Jones and them owe a couple dollars, and he'll sell it to him, he'll throw the podcast in, and you can listen to it.
Want to rent it, and I said, okay, fine, right? He's been saying this for like, you know, since October. And he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want like 6 months of build out and ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content
what's the word? 1977. That's a great year.
That too, I'll sell you half the company.
I'll sell you half.
He's not a business. He's like insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it comes to you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, and I'm going to say it in a short way, at least 80,000. It's not 180,000.
180,000.
The monthly rent on the old lease. Now this want to rent it.
So how you go from, if you the landlord, right? He either, first of all, I'm a good listener, whether I got my GED or not, right? And I may not be the smartest, but you definitely won't confuse me with an idiot or a fool. Even though sometimes I can act the fool and play the role, because everybody plays the fool sometimes, right? Like the song says. He's like, he owes around 80,000 to 180,000. That's a whole 100,000 more. So which one is it, sir? Because you're the landlord, you should know this. Is it 80,000? Is it 100,000? Or is it 180,000? Because you said 80 and then you said 180. Big difference. Big fucking difference, right? And I'm going to speak about this from this aspect. One, to quote the great Bismarck, right? Rest in peace. When you hear when you hear the beat, you will be shocked and amazed. So I had to flip it and bounce it like Raekwon and them from the purple tape. Here niggas, here you come say one word, then they want to flip it and bounce it. And as on the channel, I say, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed, right? And I'm not amazed that 50 Cent is going to these levels of hell. I'm not shocked, right? That he going to try to buy the building and troll, embarrass. And that's why I want to talk about it. Him and Cam, they trying to be neck and neck, the worst trollers. I don't know which one is, who's the better. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fucking hard choice, right? You're going to be hard pressed to pick a winner. I'm sure people probably say 50. But Cam, that nigga paid the Gooden brother, right? Umar Gooden, right? And for a set, gave him $1,500 or whatever to come to a set, to a fake set. Got the cameras and all that shit so he could use the footage, and booked them just to put out some troll videos that the movie is never coming out, it never was nothing. And then, you know, he came back like, yeah, I got paid, got a free trip to Miami. So that's like real petty. That's like trolling at some other level shit. Like, you really flying the nigga out to a fucking set, paying him some bread. But I'm only bringing that up and bringing this up about 50 possibly, because he got the money. There's no doubt about it. Sure, he could buy it, right? That this is what people will do, black or white, even though you don't really see too many other ethnicities going to this level. Not to say that they don't do it or they're not doing it, but we don't know about it. I don't know about it. Otherwise, I would talk about it on my channel. But in the celebrity world of black culture and people that come from the GHTEEO, like, you know what I mean, like the ghetto, they seem to love to do this shit. They gonna record kind of like how we know that the landlord dude you know, wanted this recording out. Isn't that, I ain't gonna say like the feds or, you know, I seen people in the comment like, this nigga's a cop and all that. And it won't be like far-fetched because these allegations been on him with the gyro he told and all. I don't know who told, and I don't give a fuck because the streets been dead to me. I've been out the streets, right? So it doesn't matter. And I know that people will be solid till they say, yeah, we're gonna give you the chair or you're gonna tell. And then it's Kareem Akbar. He is the true leader of the CNB. And if I'm going down, I'm taking all you niggas with me. You think I'm going to the chair? I don't fucking know. It was him, sir. Him, Your Honor. They made me do it. Who made you do it? Kareem Akbar. They was going to kill my family. So he's going to go to jail, not me, right? And so, you know, we already heard these allegations. And again, I don't give a fuck. But ain't it a little weird? Like, damn, bro. Did he know you was going to record and then put it out? How we know that he want the public to know that he's the owner? I guess you can just public, you know, record it and Google it. Like, who owned the building that Jim Jones and them working? Matter of fact, let's do that right now. Let's see who owned the building. Who owns the building to Let's Rap About It podcast? Let's see if something comes up.
Okay, I found this on the web for who owns the building to Let's Rap About It podcast. Check it out.
50 Cent floats idea of buying Let's Rap About It host complex. 50 Cent shares a phone call with the apparent owner, doesn't say who though. Made no response to 50 Cent after podcast buyout clash. Team Z. Let's go to Google search and open up more in depth to see what they have. Just to see if we could get the name. No name, just videos. Obviously, it's taking you to YouTube. We're scrolling up. And I just did that just to see. Public record, is it not public record? Because, you know, he recorded a Young Buck. I get it. They was beefing. It was proof that he gave him money. It's a lot of phone calls recording. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, y'all niggas is from the streets. Y'all know certain codes and ethics. And I get it as a person that been in the streets. Tell nigga, what's the word? I get it. Like, I was there too. So I know niggas ain't following no motherfucking codes. Some people are, and they're going to the death to try to, you know, live up to or abide by some unwritten rules that other people was picking and choosing when they're going to abide by. Like I said, you keeping it real for 30 years, then you get caught, and now you're not keeping it real. Right? Right. So it happens. And I'm not giving nobody a pass. What I'm saying is I'm not surprised. But when did people that's not forced with jail, like a 50 Cent and other people that you record and call out, how does man come out and say, yo, bro, I had that conversation with you in privacy. I didn't know you was recording that to put that to troll these niggas. I don't even want people to not own that building. Even that's why I looked it up. That's why I did that, to see if it would pop up the name of the person who owns, you know, the complex that they doing their podcasting. But anyway, Mano, you know, he's a troll too. Eating the jar relish and shit, you know, taking shots at Act. He was like, you know, you're going to buy half of it, nigga, buy all of it and keep it 100 instead of keeping it 50. You know, so obviously when your ego is on display, a lot of niggas got killed over their ego, right? Like Jada said, it's rough in the GHETTO. Got to learn how to hear no evil and see no. Like, nigga got to learn when to take his chances, because once your ego is on the line, you know, a lot of people crash out. A lot of men crash out. I think women worry about it too much more than men. You can say they fragile men. You can say they insecure men. You can say whatever you want. But I know that when the man ego and his pride is on the line and there's other men and people around, they're going to probably buck up and say, yo, I'm not no pussy ass nigga, even though you might be. But you can't look pussy, so you gotta take that ass whipping, or somebody just fight. But I've seen plenty of people that wasn't like that, or their ego was on the line, their pride got tested, and so, you know, you gotta go all out, right? Or so you think, because you don't want to be, you know, punk pussy a faggot like that. We ain't no punk pussies, no faggot, right? Or you don't want to be that. Damn, my nigga, everything is a record. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is, you know, out of bounds from people that's supposed to sell drugs in the street. My attitude is gangster, so I stand some beef. The Cams of the world, you know, these guys are so thorough. They had the best runs in Harlem, more than Nicky Balls, more than Frank Lou. Like, you was the top guy, yet you flying a nigga out, paying him a couple of hours to take his clothes off, pause, right? They would say pause. If we was on their show, Mason probably be looking like pause. And I'm just being funny. To do some acting scene, but you wasn't, the movie, it's no movie, there's no real fake actors, all for you to get back, like, yeah, nigga, I paid you $1,500 just to have you bum ass nigga. Like, this is what we come to, and this is why, and it's entertainment for me. I'm not bent out of shape, and I could give a fuck. Told y'all, outside of doing the content or talking about the trending topics, outside of this, I gotta look to find what age they is. I gotta go look and see, oh, this is what's going on, so I could just be accurate when I'm talking about it. And in my everyday life, I definitely don't care about what Troy Ave doing. I don't care about what 50 Cent doing, Cam. And I say that respectfully because, like, I'm not in business with them. They not my mans in them. They're not day ones. They're not coming like, yo, Popovich, you the next wave on YouTube and you got social media and a buzz. Let's do something together. They're not hitting me up. But just showing the level of pettiness. People cheer it on, too, is another thing that I wanted to touch on. People love it. They love it. Like, and it goes to show that a lot of us, we like the fuckery. We want to be down with the fuckery. You know, we ain't really got too much going on in our own personal life, which is sad, you know what I'm saying? And so when this entertainment come up in this fashion, oh, you heard the tape? 50 Cent will record, he gonna buy them niggas buildings. I'm like, it's just a big thing. And it's like, yeah, don't fuck with 50. You know what I mean? This is 50, like, he gonna get you. And just to see how engulfed and how we be gobbling it up, right? Have you ever been swallowed by the fuckery? Well, that's what we living in. Let's get a moment of silence for the fuckery while I sip on this good Kool-Aid. People is over hills, you know, for it, and they love it. And you can tell by the comments. As opposed to niggas doing business together, making the chain strong. And I get it, if it's beef, right? Day one, niggas tried to kill me. Niggas killed your cousin. You ain't gonna do shit? Like, them niggas killed your cousin. You ain't gonna do, nigga. We gonna go out here and we gonna kill all of you. I get it. They killed your cousin. They killed your brother. Your mom's got hit with a stray. You can never, you know, this is hypothetically, be cool with niggas, right? But now niggas who you brought to try to troll another nigga, you was trolling Cam, and, you know, what you was showing Jim was disloyal, but now y'all going back and forth. So, yeah, I don't doubt that he gonna really try to buy it. Will he buy it? I don't know. But wouldn't y'all have, this is what I would have loved to see. That 250,000, that white man, I guarantee you, he might even be Jewish, right? And condolences to the Jewish community. We spoke about this on the last live, you know, with all those people in Australia outside of the synagogue or wherever it was at, you know, got their lives taken, etc. Tragic, you know, situation. But I guarantee it was a Jewish man. I got $10 that it was a Jewish man, right? And you're going to put that money in his pocket to troll these niggas. And I'm not saying 50 don't give back. He might have mad shitty dude. I ain't look it up, right? And it's not really promoted if he is doing it. Maybe it's behind the scenes, right? That 250,000, it's a lot of families that could have used that shit. Like real people that could pay off their mortgage. People that, you know, don't have the medical insurance because they fucking us over, right? Things of that nature. As opposed to buying it out just to buy the building out to show that you can do it. And I know I've been mixing Cam and 50 back and forth in who's leading in the troll shit. And I'll just say this too without even getting into that whole topic again, because it's like every week is going to be something that niggas say that we could talk about. But as far as the doc, BouT139. Shout outs to all of them too, and all the great work that they do in our community, because I see them out when I'm doing the work in the community, right? Certain people you see, certain people you don't see. So it's like, if you ain't gonna do nothing, then move the fuck to the side. Step out the way and let the people that's gonna do it. It's very simple. You can talk all that shit outside the club, but unless you're coming in to put the work in, then just be easy, right? But you know, when Doc was responding back, and this wasn't the topic tonight, he had played a clip where Ken was like, man, I don't go back. I just don't even deserve to talk to that nigga B. You know what I mean? That nigga's an orderly in the hospital and like trying to like shit on 9 to 5 niggas, right? And I tell Rick Ross said can't criticize young brothers getting jobs. No, something better get jobs. Damn, okay, so it's on that Valley of Death shit. Y'all know I usually have the lyrics, but he says something like and I got 2 kids, and to feed them I get 2 gigs. I shovel shit. I CEO, so we can bow our head and pray over the meatloaf. Like, can't criticize young brothers getting jobs. Like, you only got one life, better live yours. Think something to that effect the rhymes is. And yeah, I tell my nieces and nephews, my little cousins and them, like, nigga, don't never be scared of no hard living and getting a job, you know what I mean, or getting a career. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you have ambition to do something else, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that either. Go get it. Go get it out the mud. Build your empire big. Then build wide. Then put your niggas on. You know what I'm saying? Or put your family on. But you know, when you hear King, they get the $1 million or $20 million deal or whatever it is, they got the bread. When you hear him like, you know, made some, you know, his negotiating level of negotiating is impeccable. Like, yo, I need 30. Like, no, I mean, I already talked about this. I saluted that. Big up to that, right? But most of the people that watch their show, like Doc said, is 9 to 5ers. Unless you're running some courses on some businesses and you giving back in that way, like, nah, I did it this way. I'm going to show y'all niggas how to do it too. Especially the niggas that was in the same predicament that I was. So I kind of look at it like, am I surprised that it's coming from him? Nah, I mean, you know, niggas been up for a little while. They feel themselves a little bit, and rightfully so. They did things a lot of people haven't done, and I already gave Mace and him their props. But when you hear it, it stings a little bit, not for me, because again, it ain't nothing, you know what I mean, to work, right? And I don't think nobody should feel ashamed of working. Now, you should feel like if you're doing something that you don't want to do, then you shouldn't be doing it for long. You should definitely try to do a job where you can take pride in it, you know what I mean? And if you can't, then go find your passion, go find something that you love doing so that it's not work. You know what I mean? You don't look at it like work. But ain't nothing wrong with working in the hospital. Ain't nothing wrong with being a MTA, a sanitation worker, none of those things. A cop, you know what I mean? Fuck hip-hop, should have been a cop. Fuck hip-hop, right? Ain't a fireman, none of that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with none of that shit. A custodian, buildings, maintenance guy, you got your own business, you cleaning cars, you got your own business. There's nothing shameful in any of those things, in my opinion. Now, my opinion may not be worth a damn to people out there, and that's fine too. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, you know, when people is trolling and they're going to great lengths to do certain things, like you set the bar real low, and now you open up the floodgates for people to be topping you or try to. Maybe not you personally, but to other people. And so now we got people out here, instead of helping each other, they crabs in the barrel. And before Hove said what he said, you know, and it's obviously, I guess that's just another analogy of, is the glass half empty or is it half full? Because every time I thought of crabs in the barrel, you think of crabs pulling each other down. Hove is the first person I heard in that freestyle rap where he like, you know, the crabs are actually trying to pull each other up. They're not pulling each other down. And I said, oh shit, that's very, very powerful. Because you see it as crab mentality. So every time I heard it, it always was associated with negativity. I never heard nobody put the spin on it. And even if that's not the case, and you know, it's like, nah, they are pulling each other down, but if you still look at it like, nah, they pulling each other up, it puts a whole different spin and opens your equilibrium to something different. Like, oh, I see. So one get to the top and he reaching back. Like, nah, we don't belong in no fucking barrel. Helping y'all niggas up. You just let me know in the comments, you know, throughout your life, that terminology, crabs in the barrel mentality, was it negative? And every time you thought about it, was it negative? Because mine it was. It's like, oh, this shit is some negative shit. Niggas don't want to help each other. Niggas just want to, you know what I mean, hurt each other, etc. But instead of niggas getting together, making their own leads, building their own hospitals, working together, I mean, that's what niggas not gonna do. I can guarantee you that. I ain't got no money, but I got money for that. Guarantee niggas ain't gonna form Voltron, form Power Rangers, become G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, Transform, anybody you could think of, and get together and say, nah, Hove, 50, Jim Jones, man, everybody, we getting money now. We really getting money, and this what we gonna do. The Dr. Umar's, right? When they get to school, that school, we still waiting. And it could be because of him, the idea. What was the other dude? Jay Morrison, right? Good idea in theory, you know what I mean? The Killer Mikes, etc. I'm just throwing up all these different people, the Obras, and that's because we have an issue with not being black. I was about to say we make you ashamed of being black, but it's really just working together. Now I get it, you can't work with that. Like I said, they killed your cousin, you can't forgive that. I got you. They fucked your baby mother, I got you. You get a tender dick nigga, you don't want to do no business with other niggas from the block that they popped your joint. I get it. But what about the people that don't fit in that category? One little thing you want to prove you can be the bully and shit on niggas instead of working together. And I'll say this, I don't got the clip right now, and I'm gonna end this topic with this because I know I said I wasn't gonna be on long. I got a few more topics. It was a video, a Diddy talking about the Democratic Party, and that we need to form our own party. And I get it. Two things could be true at the same time. He could be a scumbag, scum of the earth scumbag, right? Doing foul shit to women and men, right? And also speak like, nah, we need a black party. We need to, do X, Y, Z. So when these people come, they can't just roll over us and we got to roll with the rush. We could put up the shields and say, nah, Wakanda forever. We don't get our vote. We got our own party. So it's the Republicans, the Democrat, and it's the black party. Now, powerful as it even say something like that. And don't get me started with Huey P. Newton says, we got to get organized. So when the pig get wrong, the pig get the jiving. You be having some guns hit out somewhere, and when the pig get wrong, you pull your guns out, blow him away, and that's how you define phenomenon. What? Let's not start talking about shit like that, because we don't even have the nuts for that. You don't even got the balls for that. But you got the balls to set, trip, and troll another black motherfucker. To show you could buy him, which brings me to also Carolina. You got 50,000 niggas, we got it. You got money, my nigga. You was a great rapper for a period of time. You got the money. And you talking to old street niggas that had they run, went to prison, probably didn't do the right thing with the bread, and now they giving back in the only way that they know how, which is a great way. So they ain't got sitting on 50,000. But that don't make you the moral police or everything you say right. You ain't out here in the streets trying to save a life. Then what the fuck is you talking about? That's my stance, right? And they'll probably say, you a bum ass nigga. You ain't even on his level. Cool. But my point still remains. We ain't gonna get it together to do that. We gonna get it together. Hassan, them niggas should have fought and all that, but it's be the same motherfucker talking about, we need to come together. We should overcome. Pay attention. They're gonna rock your snot box. Pay attention to this circle. Well, I like his channel because that's why I'm subscribed. And the notifications is on, right? So when he upload the videos, I get alerted. I was surprised he had that stance. My Muslim brother. We supposed to be brothers. Yet we want to see motherfuckers, fight to the death for the entertainment of the white motherfuckers. Because that's that's what the Django movie was about. Seeing the Mandingo. They ain't here for no muscle-bound Mandingo to fight each other and kill each other. And then gave that nigga the hammer. Looked at that nigga, bam, killed him with the hammer. And then told him, you can go clean up. We're going to get you a plate of food, some chitlins. We're going to get you some of this bum-ass wine. And you can have one of them. You can have one of your sisters or one of them ladies in the back that we be taking down every night. Because this is our show. It's harsh, right? When you hear it said like that, it's like, damn, yeah, we really is fighting for these. We really is entertaining these motherfuckers. And they got it now. You niggas is boxed in. Don't even dare think about getting out of line. And that's why Mike Evans on the Jim Jones, on his shit. Forget what his shows are. Artist to artist. Not only did he say celebrating people coming home, but he also was like, motherfuckers gonna style on you with the money that these people let you get till you get out of line. They take you back, and we love doing that. Bet you ain't gonna go style on none of them. I haven't seen it yet, and that's real shit. And that's why I probably won't get to the bag, but we all get what Allah got planned for us, no matter how hard you work. Even though you still should work hard and see what happens. But that's a divine decree, and I believe in it. Anyway, let's talk about this shit. Talking about money real quick. I wanted to talk about this shit. It's called the Hot Dog Act Law. And I guess the councilman or assemblyman Dan Goldman, right? He got 2 kids. They showed him on the news and shit. He was out and about talking about like when you go to the Knicks game, when you go to, and I'm only bringing him up because we from New York. Speaking of my New York Knicks real quick. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown in the house. Shaolin, are you in the house? Japan, are you in the house? Sacramento, are you in the house? Baby, baby, come on. Baby, come on. Baby, come on. Shout out to the New York Knicks for winning the NBA season and tournament Emerald's Cup. I know the Simpsons predicted that they would win. My only thing was like, well, is it the chip or is it the cheap chip? And I figured it was the cheap chip. That's why on the night that they played the Spurs in Vegas for that, our player of the day was the New York Knicks, right? And since they won, we've been fading them since. Faded them against Indiana, and we faded them tonight. Player of the day was the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, kid, that's a side note. I know it's getting late. Anyway, shout out to the New York Knicks. But anyway, at the New York Knicks in the Garden, Yankee Stadium, Met Stadium and all this other shit, right? A fucking beer is $16. A fucking hot dog is $8. And so the hot dog Act law is basically telling the federal government that they need to look at all of these arenas and all these places where you have a captive audience, meaning you go to the game, you bring your family, so you stuck. You can't bring no outside beverages, my homemade Kool-Aid, that ain't lean, right? They're going to charge you $10 for a bottle of water that costs us $2. And it's a ripoff. For the people that work there, they can't even afford to bring their families. For people like me, I don't even think about going. I went to the Knicks game one time. Me and my little cousin went. And the Knicks won. They beat the Lakers. But LeBron didn't play. I'm not going because, one, is I'd rather watch it on TV. Even though Hov said, you cats is home screaming the fights on. I'm in the 1,500 seats watching Tyson. Same night, same fight. But one of us cats ain't playing right. I'll let you tell it. People, place yourselves in the shoes of true felons. And tell me you won't ball every chance you get. At every chance we live for the moment. Makes sense, don't it? I make dollars. Like, you know what I mean? It costs too much. The game, you gotta sit in the bleachers because you can't afford the seats, decent seats. Then you go to the concession stand, it's the same regular bum-ass fast food, chicken fingers with some french fries and a fucking beer or soda. And they don't give you the top no more. So it's a whole lot of bum bullshit regulations and rules. So I like the fact that that they, gonna look into it and, make niggas stop paying an arm and a leg so that they can enjoy the game and their favorite teams, etc. Let's talk about this Young Buck and Fat Joe. Like, who would have thought we would have been pairing those two together right now? I was around for the G Unit and the Terror Squad battle days, right? And, they had their little spats, their little run-ins on wax and off wax, right? According to Tony Ayo, talking about Terror Squad and, who was really real and who wasn't. Is it real, son? Is it really real, son? Let me know it's real, son, if it's really real. Something I can feel, son, loaded up. And I mean, like, so Tony Ayo and Uncle Murder, they on the Jada and Joe show, right? And I seen some clips But this is the clip that's spinning now. And this Fat Joe apparently telling a story about they was in Miami or Chicago. Victor Thompson, what's the word? Cuzzo, how you been? You know what I mean? Happy Friday. I hope everything healthy as we close out this 2025. And basically, I'm not gonna say that he's making. Let's listen to this shit. And I do got ads. I got ads, motherfuckers.
Nobody has said this story before, but because we saying it, I might as well. But you know, I caught Young Buck in that time.
So they call Young Buck.
I never heard that story.
You know he ain't gonna tell 50 that.
Yeah, caught Young Buck.
About the story, because he ain't gonna tell.
Man, he got 2-piece legend. Like, hey, Young Buck, man, that it front on me. He said, yo, I'm
Put hands on Buck.
I'm telling you,
Supposed to be no head.
no.
So what
know the
happened?
story or you want the story?
I want the story.
I've never heard.
Nigga getting off the stage and it's dumb dark. Like it's mad dark. And there was somebody up on the second thing. He was like, yo, crack. But I just got off stage. I'm ripping it down. Chicago. I'm walking
ripping it down.
Yo, crack. You hear me, nigga? I look up. Oh, it's Young Buck. I got a water bottle in my hand. Out of here. I throw the water bottle up there. I said, come down. Come down. Come down. Young Buck. No, I'm going. Oh, I don't never get like.
So when he came down,
I don't know. I don't get tested. Like it's very hard to test me. Yeah, yo. I'm telling you, I'm going.
Come on, man.
I just black out. So I'm waiting for the nigga. The nigga up there, he got to come down the staircase, right? So I'm losing my mind, right? Like, yo, come there. Come. He had a bunch of niggas with him, too. A bunch of Chicago
Oh, he had a bunch of
right?
Chicago niggas with him. Okay.
The cops come and they form like a barricade. Like, there's like 5 cops. They closed the staircase so he won't come. He took too long to come down, by the way. Like, you know, when you see a nigga, you ready to tear him up. You down.
Get the
Yeah. He's taking too long, right? And so when he comes down, he's in the staircase and he's trying to tell me, like, yo, this ain't got nothing to do. But he was just talking crazy. He tested me to see if Fat Joe was. You know, a lot of niggas, they act like they tough,
you just
but
wasn't
you catch
saying
them.
what up? Like he said?
Oh, no. It was at the height of the beef.
Oh.
So he's in the staircase, yo, I wasn't this and that. But he poked his head out just 1 second over the cop's thing. And nigga caught the.
What'd he do?
Even the barber hit him.
So what'd he do?
Even the barber hit him.
He hit us with the my bag, yo. It wasn't like that. This, that. Then we jump. I tell you, I thought that.
He said that nigga a lot in the show.
So, Young Buck answered back, pretty much saying, Young Buck, niggas is trolls now. Like, niggas is super duper trolls. He like, yo, you know what I mean? Young Buck just got out the hospital 20 years ago. Woo, woo, woo. Young Buck finally released from Nashville 20 years later. Buckshot rolled out the hospital, confused, iced up, and ready to hit the studio after what doctors are calling the longest hospital stay in rap. Fat Joe claims that he's still there. He says you gave me a 2-piece. Well, here's the biscuit. I don't know if it's you or the Ozempics. Pretty much gonna drop a diss on, claim the shit is untrue. Now, we heard a lot of stories from Fat Joe. Like, I mean, I want to say they started around the pandemic time when everybody was in the house and Fat Joe kind of like just started jumping on, Instagram Live. I remember, you know what I mean? And basically saying he going to be the Oprah Winfrey of this podcast and shit, right? I don't know if that's going to come to fruition, but he stayed the course. He definitely stayed the course, right? LL, Greg Nice had a podcast. A lot of people, we was cabin fever, was looking for shit to watch. And Fat Joe kept us entertained, for some of those days. And he would go on a lot of stories. He'd been around for a long time, guys. And I met Joe, right? Met him for my uncle's birthday downtown. I forget the spot. He always say the name of the spot. But he had came in there, just what's up to him, you know what I mean? Woo, woo, woo. You know what I mean? A lot of people was checking for him. He knew the owner and all that shit or whatever, but seemed real cool, you know what I mean? Anyway, a lot of people say he cap a lot. Is this story cap? I don't know. Young Buck ain't having it, you know what I mean? Like, yo, woo, that's a lie. I'm about to drop a diss on you. You never did that. You telling the story wrong. Sometimes, it's his side, it's her side, or it's his side, then it's the truth. It's always two sides to a story. But I think it's funny that I don't know if Joe knows if he's known for, whether he cared not is, totally different. That people be thinking he be lying a lot and he be on the internet capping. Even sometimes, Jada, and the show is Joe and Jada, not Jada and Joe. Like, yo, bro, tell a story. And he was kind of pausing and looked like he kind of filling it in and, adding details. And it's just like, I don't remember Young Buck, not saying that it don't happen. I know what happened at the Source Awards, shit with Ja Rule. I remember when, 50 Cent and his entourage, I believe, they caught, gunplay. You hear about certain things, scuffles, because cameras is around. We're living in the social media era. Somebody got some footage somewhere, right? And for it to be no footage, nobody never came out, like Joe whipped him out, or even one of his entourage whipped him out. It's like, who really cares? And he's like, yo, we can't come on the show. He ain't with G-Unit no more. He been not with them, right? And I just spoke about 50 recording him. That's why we brought Game back, around. I mean, Young Buck back around. Because I think 50 Cent had recorded some of their conversations with him saying, yo, I'll give you the money back, or he was apologizing. Just to show, niggas, I guess, say one thing, in the media, but then behind closed doors, they saying another thing, and everything is, I got to keep receipts now, so I got to expose, you backing down or bitching up or apologizing, you know what I'm saying, in certain cases and scenarios. But it's embarrassing if it's true, because it's like, was you there by yourself? He said he was with some Chicago niggas, so you just, if this is the height of the beef, you wasn't performing, you had a Fat Joe show, why are you there? Are you there to watch the show, then jump him afterwards? Where's Lloyd Banks? Where's 50? Was Yayo locked up at this time? So that definitely means the game was there, you know what I mean? Because the game was there when Yayo was locked up. Then when he came home, obviously they kicked, so Yayo wasn't there either. You know what I mean? When did Young Buck get kicked out the whip? After the beef. So it don't make sense. I said that they can't have lives on their own, and he wasn't off somewhere, in another state doing something or whatever. But it doesn't add up to me. Far as even Yayo, like, tell me the details, and he listening like, because I don't know about this shit, and how would he not know, right? How would he not know? So I thought that was I thought that was interesting. Let me look up this story real quick. I heard some new stuff came out about it. I don't know all the details yet. I've been meaning to speak about this. I guess some more details came out yesterday. Guess he cheated on her. I want to apologize to my lady. I love you. These niggas be, I guess he a streamer or some shit. Now, we ain't going to jack this story now, only because I ain't really do no research on it. And I didn't even want to be on here mad long because I just got off work, like I told y'all. Man, it was asked about him recently going back and forth with 50 Cent. Let's see what he's saying.
Right, we didn't intend it to, right? Yeah. But I gotta be careful how I'm wording this, because they'll be like, "Oh man, are you backpedaling?" No, I'm being honest, and I talked about it earlier, Angela Yee, because we didn't intend. That's not what it was. But I get it. It's the time that we in, right? So the thing is,
I won't play that no more. Basically, what he was saying on the Angela Yee show really is that they podcast is not a chatty patty podcast. talking show to go on there and talk about niggas like cancer. I don't want to talk about niggas all day, but it seems like that's what they do, right? And you could dread it, you can run from it, but destiny arrives all the same. This is the era we living in. Not that you gotta be a chatty patty or talk about people, because even on my channel, on my platform, whether big or small, I don't see myself as getting on here being a gossiper. I see it's like, yeah, it's trending topics that y'all talking about, that the world is talking about, or even just pop culture or hip hop culture, entertainment, news. And so how can I spin it with how to move to not get caught up like them, to get something positive out of it, to learn a lesson from it. So I can respect and understand where he's coming from. But even in doing that, you still got to talk about a Mano, a Troy Ave meeting, a why they ain't fight, or, you still got to talk about a 50 Cent, and you still got to talk about people. Whether you saying, this is the positive from it, this is the negative, this is what we should be doing, and woo, you still going to be talking about people. That's the bottom line, whether you putting a positive spin on it or not. So I think that part, you probably, and he's been in the podcast business for a while, because he had his own podcast during the pandemic as well. I guess they were sitting in his living room or sitting somewhere. I thought it was the kitchen or whatever it was. So, a lot of brothers, they try to spin it like that because I guess they don't want to be known as chatty patty in that sense. Pop, what's the word? Papa stop, happy Friday. Yeah, kid. I guess they don't want to be, and I didn't want to be either, but you have to embrace it. And also, lastly, before we get out of here, because we didn't want to make this show mad long, some people get it, and some people don't. And what I mean by that, as far as the inner workings of social media and how to get a buzz, how to go viral, how to do shit, that feeling mostly is pretty much attacking somebody. Mostly. Tasha K, and I'm just throwing her name out there, and Derek Jackson, she was trying to catch him for years, finally caught him. Hassan Campbell, African Bambaataa, then Myson, Tamika Mallory, then, Mano, anybody you could think of, like, podcasts is the war of the words, right? And maybe because my platform is not big, people was like, well, I'm outside too. I'm really, really, got to be outside. So that's my job. And even before this job that I got, I was outside. So it's like, well, I don't want to be beefing with niggas because it's not going to just stay online. I'm actually probably end up seeing you. You're going to see me because we outside. But that's what people do. Charleston White, fuck New York and fuck Biggie. Niggas get online and on these social media platforms and they say outlandish shit. Not to say that they won't be outside, but they're gonna have security. You ain't gonna be able to have that conversation. And it's like, all for what? And I'll end with this. And that's why Troy Ave was saying basically like all this shit is bullshit. It's social media, it's niggas acting like they real when they not. It's a lot of fluff. You don't want to fuck the bag up. You might as well just keep it respectful. And, it is what it is. And he also had his baby in his hand. So what the fuck was he going to do? Fight Mano? A whole grown man with kids was, and I'm talking about Hassan. He's like, yo, you should have passed the baby off and then fought. That's the dumbest shit that you could think of. And you're a grown man with a lot of people watching you. I'm one of them. Why would he put his baby down and fight inside of an arena that you paid money to, to see a fight? And you got your family with you. Some real dumb nigga shit. And a lot of us, even with the bag is what I'm realizing, even with the money, still not mature enough. You business savvy, figured out how to do some business and get some money, but maturity level was still lacking in a lot of areas. And I'll just leave it at that. That's the show for the Friday night. You know what I mean? But y'all know who it is. It's your guy. Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid. Be safe out there for the weekend.